In this video, we're back for another first impressions video. So guys, we're sticking with the brand Game of Spades by Joe Milano. We're gonna go through our last fragrance from this most recent haul. So this fragrance that we're gonna be talking about today, fragrance of the day, is gonna be this one right here. This is called Game of Spades Boston. Alright, now Game of Spades Boston is gonna be a fragrance that is associated with Bond Number 9's scent of peace, and I have had that fragrance. I've had the oils, I've smelt it. Definitely I enjoy the fragrance. I enjoy the scent that scent of peace brings. It is kind of fitting of the name, but with this breakdown, again, scent of peace goes for well over 200, even on the lowest discount on Joma Shop, and I got my hands on Game of Spades Boston for just under $70. So again, about $150 price difference when you put into account taxes. So we're now gonna test and see how accurate the scent is. We're gonna go through our first impressions and get through our review, and we'll see if this is another dub from the line. Here we go. Let's get through our unwrapping and we'll get into the review. I gotta unwrap just off feeling the box. I really like this leathery kind of skin type of design they have with the box. We unbox it, we pull the fragrance out. I like this design, this sort of matte black with the nice little turquoise blue that they see. Look at this. So as far as the scent is concerned, as far as the design I'm definitely liking. Definitely am enjoying. I like the presentation, like the luxurious look of the box and the bottle as well. Now all we have to see is will the scent match. Now this is going to be a fragrance, and this is a fragrance that is kind of known to be a aromatic, fruity, woody, and a little bit spicy fragrance. And we're going to get that pineapple, juniper, bergamot in the opening, so a really nice citrusy opening with a little bit of juniper to give it a little bit of that fruity component. Then we're also going to get that lavender, nutmeg, and some lavender in here as well. So just like you would get with scent of peace. Now all we have to do is test out the fragrance and see how this one fares. All right, we got the fragrance. Let's go through our initial blind smell reaction. Let's see what we get here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice pressurized atomizer. Fills up the air really nicely. This is another one I definitely like. This one, at least the opening, you're getting that nice fruity pineapple and bergamot with that geranium I'm picking up here, so a really nice opening. This one's a little bit smoother, right? It's not as broad, it's not as intoxicating as some of the other Game of Spades fragrances that I've gotten, but definitely scent quality, projection, right, and sort of sillage is really nice with this one. Definitely you can smell the similarity, you can smell the DNA. So Game of Spades, as far as the line, as far as the brand, as far as the fragrance line, definitely does really good work as far as the quality, the notes, and the accuracy of the fragrances that they're trying to depict. Every one that I've gotten in the line thus far has really hit the fragrance that it's trying to embody and encapsulate. So as far as scent quality, as far as projection, as far as opening, as far as quality, definitely one for one. I'm really enjoying this one. As it settles down, definitely you can tell that the pineapple and the juniper are mixed really well, just like they have in New York Nights. So as far as that's concerned, for me, just off of my recollection, I would say that this one is really accurate. Now we got the test strip, we have the fragrance, and we're gonna see how this one fares off the mid. We're gonna go 3 off the strip. We'll let this settle down for a minute. This one's a little bit more on that citrusy bergamot. It's a little bit citrusy, not tart citrus, so it's not overdone, right? I think it's really masked well. The juniper is one of those notes, right, with the geranium, really is kind of balancing as far as the fruity component, right? When I think of overly citrusy, and I mentioned this before, you know, you think of your Yves Saint Laurent wise, where, you know, the fruits and the bergamot, that citrus is really kind of pungent. This one is a really smooth citrus, and I think this one is going to be more so your spring first, then summer. You can even wear this in the fall too, because it is a little bit more light. It's a little bit more aromatic, so I think this one could fare well for you in the fall. Definitely it's a fruitier fragrance, right? It's a fresher fragrance. It's not something overly gourmand, but this is something where it's classy and luxurious enough for me. You can wear it as kind of your spring night out, your spring date night, your summer date night fragrance, and it'll really have a nice level of character richness as well. But now that we have the test strip, we're gonna see how this one fares, and we'll see how this one is off the mid. Yep, you're picking up on that lavender, you're picking up on that geranium, that nutmeg, so really nice soft. It's a little bit more of a softer projecting fragrance, but which is not always a bad thing. This one definitely is more your close encounter fragrance, which even when you look at Scent of Peace was kind of the same thing for me. You think about the name, Scent of Peace, and then you think about what its kind of fragrance DNA, right? It's something that is a little bit more calmer, a little bit more subtle, a little bit more subdued, and that's kind of what I get out of this one here too. More of a lax, kind of calming, kind of more close and kind of more intimate fragrance as opposed to some of the other ones in the lines and some of the other fragrances that you have. But as far as high-end niche quality scents that you can get for an affordable price, this one hits it down the head. All right, now all that's left for us to do to finish it off, go with our skin test. We'll see how this one fares off the base, and we should have another dub done and accounted for. Yeah, and that base, you're getting that nice woody cedar and vetiver, so nice woodsy. So, I mean, when you think about a really well-balanced fragrance, you're getting that citrusy opening, you're getting that lavender as well in the mid, so a really citrus opening, gets more of a floral sort of herbal mid, and then you're getting to a woody masculine base. So nice, really seductive, masculine, fruity, fresh fragrance. Definitely spring. I would go spring, fall, summer. Summer, like, there are other fragrances I would imagine when I think summer. I mean, when I think about, you know, seasons, and when I think about the kind of fragrances that you could wear, this one you could pull off in the summer, right? But I think that this one is best suited for sort of your fall and your spring, right? Where the weather is a little bit cooler, right? And you can kind of get away with a little bit more of an aromatic touch and a little bit of aromatic sweetness to your fragrance. See, when I think about summer, especially me who happen to get my hands on a lot of summer fragrances, you know, where I live, days, time, and setting, right? I typically would go either citrus heavier or more fresh out the shower, more ozonic fragrances for summer. So like D&Gs, Dolce Chickenbanas, Afnan Supremacy in the Heavens, you know, those fresh out the showers. When you get into the fall, daytime, you can afford to get away with a little bit more spices, a little bit more woods. Still want something fresh, but you want something with a little bit more character. In the spring, definitely the sun is out, but it's a little bit cooler. This one I would imagine, in Spades Boston, would really fare well for you in sort of summer-ish weather, but more so cooler weather with a little breeze. This one I think when you walk by people are gonna get away from you, and they're gonna really be able to remember your sillage, I think, definitely. So this one's very good. I think this one's not going to be for those of us who like the loudest fragrance, but someone who wants something that is memorable. They don't want that run-of-the-mill, you know, recognizable for scent DNA. You want that high-end niche quality, but you don't want to pay a high-end niche price. This definitely fits the bill, fits the mold. But yeah, guys, really good first impressions, and that does it for the Game of Spades line. You know, as far as this most recent haul I've gotten in my hands, I think that's 5 to 6 fragrances from them. All of them have been dubbed, so Joe Milano has my stamp of approval. Definitely great line. Again, who wears this? I think really, given the price, given the sillage, given the quality, I would say definitely a guy in his 20s going to 30s, but even a guy in his 40s. I mean, guys, Bond number 9 is one of those really popular niche fragrances. So if you're trying to get into that niche house, that niche quality, and you're a guy in his 20s, you really kind of know what you're doing with fragrance. You know what kind of your fragrance personality is. I think any of us can get our hands on Joe Milano, Game of Spades, and then it's just a matter of, do you have a fragrance for that time of the year, that spring, fall-ish kind of versatile fragrance. I think this one definitely hits the mold. But another first impressions done and accounted for. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe and the follow button so you get notified anytime I drop any new fragrance content. Also, join the memberships tab so you can get access to exclusive content and exclusive perks. Also, you can drop tips in the chat anytime you get the chance to. Let me know what other fragrances you guys want me to talk about, and I'll get them done for you. As always, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day. Much love.